Welcome to the program, friend. We are putting this together quickly with a very distinct goal in mind. Tomorrow, there will be a vote in the House of Representatives on the new Speaker of the House, if everything goes according to schedule. And my goal, if it's even remotely possible, is to stir up enough of our viewers to write, or rather to email or to call their congressman and say, do not vote for Boehner for Speaker, period. Now, in this program, we are going to look at Boehner's treachery, his record. We will look at some of the deception, some of the laziness of Christian media and right-wing media, and we'll look at the concept of what it means to be a leader. In other words, Boehner keeps hoisting up the white flag every chance he gets to Obama. We'll discuss that. And once again, I want you to remember, GOP does not stand for God's own party, okay? The Republican Party, the GOP, is made up of human beings. And many of those human beings love the Lord. They're trying to serve the Lord in the political realm. But there's an awful lot of the members of the GOP that have turned their back on principle, turned their back to the laws of God, and have put party ahead of principle. And that, my friend, is precisely how we have gotten into this mess. So, in case you've missed the news, which I doubt you have, but just in case you have, the Republican congressman from Florida, Ted Yoho, and the Republican congressman from Texas, Louis Gohmert, have both announced that they intend to challenge John Boehner for Speaker of the House. Louis Gohmert made his announcement on Fox News Live. We're going to play a portion of that clip so that you can see just how intense Mr. Gohmert's animus is towards John Boehner.
We have enough people that say, you know what, it really is time for a change. You deceived us when you went to Obama and Pelosi to get your votes for the Cromnibus. You said you'd fight amnesty tooth and nail. You didn't. You funded it. And then you took the only hostage that Obama would like for us to shoot. It was a terrible strategy, and it follows a number of years of broken promises. It's time for a change. And a poll came out Friday saying 60% or more of Republicans in the country that voted in the last election, well, including independents that voted Republican, they want a change. They want a different speaker.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I would have made a little bit longer list. In fact, since I've got a TV show, let's do that list. And by the way, I think that there might be some kind of cool collusion going on behind the scenes, because last week, between Christmas and New Year's, Congressman Gohmert sat in for Sean Hannity on his radio show. And in case you didn't know it, Sean Hannity has the second most listened to radio show in America, right behind Rush Limbaugh. And to let Louis Gohmert have the mic for 3 hours was a small gift to Louis Gohmert. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Sean knew that Gohmert was thinking about it, because I heard Sean say that he hopes that someone challenges Boehner as Speaker of the House. Now, I want to take a paced, partial look at the treachery of John Boehner since he has been Speaker of the House. Prior to becoming Speaker, he said that he would defund Planned Parenthood. Now, in case some of this is new to you, let me explain. The Constitution says that all spending bills, in other words, how our money is spent, our taxpayers' money, how the government spends it, that they must originate or begin with the House of Representatives. The president cannot start spending money. The Senate cannot start spending money. It has to begin, it has to start with the House of Representatives. In other words, they control the power of the purse. So our founders had the wisdom to say, you guys are going to get elected every 2 years. Every 2 years we're going to have an election, because that's the quickest and easiest way that the voters who these elected officials allegedly represent, it's the quickest way for us to get to them and to yank them out of office if we don't like what they're doing and if we don't like the way that they're spending our money. So John Boehner, prior to becoming Speaker of the House, said that he would defund Planned Parenthood. Now, in case you did not know, Planned Parenthood is a criminal syndicate. They are involved with the protection of pedophiles. They're involved with helping keep young women in the sex slavery business. I'm talking about teenage girls who are involved in criminal acts of prostitution and pedophilia and who have so-called pimps that are running their lives. Planned Parenthood has again and again and again been involved in aborting their babies, giving them birth control, and not doing anything to report these crimes against these girls. All right, they're in collusion with the sex peddlers and not doing anything to get them out of this horrific trade. In addition to that, Planned Parenthood is the single largest killer of unborn babies in America. Over 200,000 babies a year, their lives are snuffed out and their mangled bodies discarded in a garbage disposal or in a garbage can in a Planned Parenthood facility. John Boehner said he would defund them, but when he became Speaker of the House, he raised the white flag to Obama and didn't honor his word. That alone is enough to disqualify him. But when we come back from this break, we will look at other ways, just a few, over the last 4 years of how Boehner has betrayed us and what he said he would do and why it is, like Congressman Gohmert said, it's time for a change.
You have two choices. I mean, you can try to raise your children by design, or you will raise them by default. There are no perfect parents. We're going to get it wrong sometimes. If we have a plan, we've got a better chance of getting it right in the long run.
There is something deep within the heart of every human being that longs for parental acceptance and approval. When does a boy become a man?
Get a group of guys around and ask them that question.
I don't think there's a certain age. Some men stay boys their whole life.
I would say, 16, 18 years old.
Wow, that's a good question.
When they get bar mitzvah.
Well, I think when he has a child. So I just became at 56, 56 years old.
Without the power of the Holy Spirit changing us and giving us power over our sin, we can't hope to be the dads that our kids need us to be.